Welcome to Parent Squad. I'm Felicia Lawrence. Now, when it comes to parenting, we know there are good days and there are not so good days. And sometimes we can all use a little help navigating all of this. So that's why we're starting a new segment with life and mindset coach Regina Sloan. She is here to answer all of your parenting questions and life questions. Just if you're in this stage, if you're in this season, you got to get a good coach. Okay, so that's why we're here. So we're going to dive into a few of the topics that some folks have sent us. And maybe you relate to it, or maybe you learn a little nugget for yourself, or maybe you put something in your back pocket that you could use for the future. So let's dive right in. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. I'm excited. Let's go.
Yes. Okay, so our first one. A parent asks, do you have guidance on figuring out boundaries with teens and young adults? How do we know when to help? How do we know when to advise, nudge them versus giving them more autonomy and making sure they learn to manage things on their own? So, a lot of parents today, they get accused of being that helicopter parent. And it's like, you got to give your kids some space to grow and fly. But at the same time, those are your babies. You're trying to help them. You want to fix their problems. I feel like it's a delicate balance.
It is a very delicate balance. And it also, I don't think is a right size fits all for everything or everyone. I will say how I try to explain is you have your toddlers. We're 100% responsible for them, do what I say, like we're the ones being that person for them. And then they get older and they get into teenage and adults where it's a little bit different. And what I like to think about it is, I learned this long ago, I did not make this up. Someone told me like we're raising adults. And that has really been helpful to me. Like, oh, we have our kids and all the things, but we're raising adults. And so what's required of that? We want them to be able to take care of themselves, make their own decisions. And the one single factor that I've seen in my reading and my research with my clients and children that turn out to be adults to take care of themselves are they are intrinsically motivated. And what does that mean? That means that they're able to make decisions for themselves based off what do I want, what's best for me, what's safe for me, and not, oh, is my mom watching, is my dad watching, are they around? And so what I like to say is when they get into those teenage years to really address that from a perspective of first to their specific question of like, how do you know when to advise, help, and all that? Ask. I think that is one of the most single important things we can do. They're talking about things, they're sharing something with you, they're going through something. Hey, would you like my advice? Do you need my help? What are your thoughts? Because they can communicate and it again allows them to go intrinsically with what do they want. I'd also say from that perspective too, that it is so important, I think, when children are at home, teenagers, young adults, to bump their head with us, right? To like, help them when they fall. It's not preventing them from falling. It's like they're going to.
Right.
And they get to be home and learn from us. I actually have one example personally about this. I was 15 working my first job at McDonald's. Well, I had been working with my grandmother cleaning houses.
That's a good first job.
It was. But I didn't know, this sounds crazy, but I didn't know that like there's a schedule you look at and you look and see when you have to come in. I thought they would just call me when they needed me. And so they called me like, hey, you haven't been here 3 days. Are you coming today? And I'm like, well, no, I have plans. Well, if you don't come in, you don't have a job. And I'm like, oh, well, I have plans, so I'll just bring my outfit to you because this is more important than that. And my mom didn't say anything about it. And what I didn't know is I was pregnant. And yes, I was pregnant. So for the next 6 months, I was like at interview. And I, of course, never got a job. I'm coming in 8 months pregnant, but mom never said anything to me. But what I learned was I will never, ever quit a job without having something else lined up. But that my mom could have said, you need to go to work. You don't just quit a place. I wouldn't have learned that for myself. So she was there to help me, but I learned that on my own. And that was something I intrinsically did.
But, well, especially because it had already happened. So her voice would have just really been reprimanding you instead of teaching
she was with,
you. You had learned the lesson already.
Yeah, well, she was with me when they called, right? And I can think of some parents and be like, you don't just quit a job. You need to go to work. Yeah. And she just didn't say anything. We were in Kroger grocery shopping, I remember. She was like, okay, you're going to quit. Okay. And she could have been like, no, you need to go, and I would have been like, oh, I was forced to do that. I wouldn't have learned the lesson on my own. So I think it's important to realize we're not here to helicopter to set the rules for them, but to ask and then be there to help them through that process.
Yes, I like what you're saying about ask. Really fast forwarding, I don't have both of my parents anymore. They have left this earth. And in the grief journey, and as I have begun my own parenting journey, you start seeing your parents differently. And I just feel as tough as grief is, I feel prepared And I think about that when you say you're preparing them for adulthood. You have to prepare your children for a time when you're not going to be able to be here. Now, whether it's just be around them as adults or physically be here on this earth, it's the natural order of things. Unfortunately, we're not always going to all be together all the time.
That's a really good point.
And so it's like you have to prepare them to exist without you for the world and all the twists and turns and ups and downs. And so that's what really stands out to me. We have a couple more to get to, so let's keep it moving. The next question was how to deal with chores with kids without whining and complaining, especially dishes at 7 p.m. when I'm ready to clock out. And so I feel like this looks at any age. Here I am with a toddler. They don't have chores, but I do need him to fall in line and do what I'm asking him to do. But this sounds like someone that has a little bit older. They're old enough to do chores. So how do you manage that?
I want to first normalize that experience. We wear all kinds of hats. We get home. Just do what you need to do and let me rest. So I get that. I also think it's funny because we whine and complain all the time.
Yeah.
When you're leaving work, you might be calling someone, someone might be talking to their partner, like, oh my God, can you believe what happened? And I don't feel like doing this and da-da-da. And some of us do that over wine and TV. Some of us do that with drinks on the weekends with our girlfriends. Like, as human beings, we whine and complain when there's something we don't want to do.
Yeah.
And I think a part of this is we don't want to deal with it. Like, just do what you need to do. I don't want to deal with you not wanting to do the thing. But I think what's important is, one, normalizing your experience because you're tired. You just want things to get done, but also they have an experience too. Our kids have long days at school. They also go through things. We don't know what they're experiencing. And so I'd like to say it's a very normal thing. And like what I would say to this parent to this point is that it's important to, again, communicate because maybe you're having to do chores when they first get home and they're like, I want a minute to relax. Or maybe you have them do their homework first and they rather get their chores done immediately. So that connection, and one fun thing I do with my kids is like, I hate dishes too. I don't want to do that either. Like, I wish we can just never do any of it, but this is what will happen if we don't. And they end up laughing, but they feel heard. They feel like, okay, you get it. And not like you're this robotic thing, just do the thing. And sometimes maybe we just skip the dishes. Maybe we skip chores, right? And so having that conversation, hey, how can we make this better for both of us? It's got to get done. And in our home, we actually call them contributions. I learned that from a parenting space I was in because they said words matter. And so as they grow up learning that they're contributions because we all live here and we all give.
Yes.
And so it helps them to have that.
This is how you move within a family unit.
Yeah, and so that's really helpful too. So just changing the narrative, normalizing their experiences. I hate doing chores too, but we got to. How can we do this together? And taking a moment to relax yourself so that you can deal with the emotions of kids who don't want to do anything.
This is why I love when Regina comes because she gives us the language that we need to be able to navigate these situations. And so you said a few things here. A lot of people might be like, what do you mean when you say normalize? But at least holding space and recognizing that this is not the first time on the face of this earth that a child has complained about something you're asking them to do. This is normal behavior. We grew these children to be independent, confident, outspoken, and advocate for themselves. So yeah, we're going to get the other side of that when they end up doing that. And then also being able to draw the connection and I want to say give them the space to try and manage the situation themselves instead of no one likes to be micromanaged.
Yes.
Even at work, it's like, tell me what you need. Okay, give me space to do it and make it work for me, work for you, work for the unit, work for the job.
Yes,
and
one
so
of my
I
kids
feel like
does
that's
not
what you
like, and that made me think of my son. He don't want anybody in the kitchen when he's cleaning. And he does it a certain way that I hate. But it's like, hey, he's doing it his way. That's cool.
Did it get done?
It got done.
Yes.
And I didn't have to do it.
Yes, I keep that in mind with the cooking because I'm like, a woman knows her kitchen, okay? But when you have other people in the kitchen and they're helping out, you have to be a little hands off. So we got to work on ourselves with that one too. We got one more to get to. This is a good one, okay? It says, our new baby is arriving any day and my mother-in-law thinks she's going to be at the house all the time helping out and kind of running the show. But we're a new family and we need some space to just get our bearings, to just get it together, to find ourselves. So how do we tell our parents that we need space and time to bond with our new baby before we welcome all of their help?
Okay,
I think many families can identify with this one.
Yes, I'm going to give one answer that is the answer that this person is not going to like. And then I'll backtrack and explain.
Okay.
You just tell them.
Okay.
You tell them.
Yeah, that was too simple.
Yeah. So here we go to break it down. What this parent is probably really asking is, how can I say this without them being upset? How can I say this is very uncomfortable? I don't want to be the one to say that, all that. And a couple things, we cannot control how they're going to respond to it. They might not even have a response. Might be like, oh, I thought you wanted me to help. I didn't know that you wanted your space. That sounds good. They might be that way. They might also have thoughts and judge you and all the things we think that mother-in-laws might do, for sure. And so the answer is to tell them. But what I would share with this family is to get together, have a conversation with her partner. What do we want this to look like? How many weeks do we want? Do we want a day? Do we want 6 weeks? We did 6 weeks in our home. No one comes over for 6 weeks. It gives us time and germs and all the things. So that's what we did. But everybody has their own thing. So be clear on like what you want that experience to look like. But another thing I would offer, which has been really cool if my clients implement this, is we are excited when babies come. Everybody wants to be there. They want to be excited.
Everybody.
Right? No one's thinking about that kitchen that's not clean. No one's thinking about the meal you're hosting while you're healing and exhausted. No one's really thinking about that. And so I like to set people up for success. Let's create a sign up online sheet, a Google sheet. Hey, here are the dates and times you can choose. Pick your day and also pick what are you bringing, whether that's staples, a meal, right? Something that this family can use. Or what are you doing? Are you going to watch the baby while mom takes a shower without any distractions? Are you going to take the baby for a walk so she can have the home to herself? You can give the parents some time alone. So this is a good thing to do for a couple of reasons. One, it helps you to get your needs met. You want space because you can see this parent knows what they want. They're just having trouble communicating that. So you get what you want from it. It's very clear. People know about it. And I would definitely have this conversation with them ahead of time. We don't want to spur this on someone when the baby gets here. The second thing is it allows people to see, oh yeah, it's not just about the baby. They're tired. They can use some things. I never thought of that. And it keeps everybody on one accord and everyone gets what they want. So that's what I would say.
Because I actually did experience something very similar to this as being a new mom, or the baby's 2 now. And my mother was around at that time. And I think she felt like she knows how this goes. Like, I know what I'm doing, so let me help you because this is your first time. But I remember feeling like I don't know what I need. Like, just give me a moment to like breathe and catch my breath for this life-altering, world-shifting experience of becoming a parent. Like, I literally don't know what I need. So I do need your help, but give me a chance to just catch a breath and figure that out.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be all or nothing. You can say, hey, people can visit between 10 and 12, and then we have the rest of the day to ourselves. Like, this gets to be the way they want it to, but it's best to have that conversation now, and everybody knows, versus like, I'm tired, I have this baby. We don't know if there's complications. We don't know how you're going to feel. You don't have to make those decisions then.
But I think what is so key for like this new mom, I like what you're saying about kind of organizing the help in the time.
Yeah.
So maybe it's not, oh, just come over at 2. No, I need you to come between 2 to 4. Put an end time on it. Sometimes you got to put an end time on things.
For sure.
Because then that manages expectations.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can
come
appoint
2
someone.
to 4, and then everyone is all about the baby. No. I need you to come 2 to 4, bring food, as well as be prepared to fold some laundry, wash some laundry and fold the laundry. And then that's how you're like managing expectations, including family, because of course any grandmother wants to be around both her babies.
Yeah, and it also helps them like, oh my gosh, I'm really doing something. You know how you come over and like, what can I do for you? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
They feel like, oh my gosh, I came, I cleaned, I brought a meal. It's super helpful. And this person too, you can appoint someone to do this. It's not like, oh my gosh, now I got to manage a sign-up list. Maybe your sister does it. Maybe your partner or someone else outside the home does it. So you have to worry about it.
Yeah.
They just do it for you.
Yeah, and they have so many apps for this stuff these days.
Oh, yeah.
But also, you're saying managing the sign-up list, like just being so clear about your needs and what you want. People are looking to help you, but we can't be the ones that are like, oh, I'm fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about me. We'll handle it. And then silently be struggling. No, when someone asks, especially in this chapter as a new mom, they literally want to help you.
Yeah, so make a list. I think that would be
especially
super
women.
fun. Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
women know.
They would love that. Yes.
Yeah. Regina, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. This was fun.
Yeah, I love it. She gives us the language so that we can better navigate these scenarios, better navigate life, so that we have functioning, healthy relationships, which is so important. So if you have a parenting question, something that's going on in your life in this stage and in your world, and you want to ask Regina, just email us at parentsquad@wthr.com. Still ahead, we're talking water safety for the summer.